85% of men going through divorce are accused of domestic violence. %65 of them are not convicted of that. That's a large stat of people who are being accused of doing something that is not right. %33% of male suicide is attached to separation. You know, it's like you look at the statistics on a single parent household and the stats on that child going into crime and stuff like that, it's ridiculous. To me, it's such a clear-cut picture that we need men to be in their lives. There's a social dynamic that has changed, and there's a lot of men that want to be in their child's life. They want to protect, they want to provide, and you know, some of them just may not have the tools and resources that they need. The court system still sees every man as the stereotypical wife beater, short shorts, pluggers with a VB who's hitting his missus and is just naturally aggressive. So I think we've got to stop painting everyone with the same brush, and hopefully in the court system, you know, it's not just like the dad is a financial provider and the woman is the only person who has the right to be a parent. You know, I really, really cannot come to terms and understand how a government arm, like there's a room of people who can sit there and say to you, you are not allowed to see your kid. And it's, you know, based off things that are said by someone else.
Here's what it is, you don't have that. You want to be there 5 minutes.
This took on a 4-hour ride on this, bro. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
mine's
that's fucking proper.
Mine's about 7 kilos. This is about 17.
My name is Johnny Bedford. I'm the founder of Dads for Dads. So I've had a lengthy journey through my own divorce, which, you know, moving through that and with coaches and working on myself, I realized that there wasn't many places for men to turn, specifically for divorce and understanding what's going on inside of me, and, you know, coming to terms with the fact that I don't get to see 100% of my children's upbringing. Talking with these men every single day, I kept hearing the same stories, I kept hearing the same pain, I kept hearing the same loneliness, and it really affected and weighed on me. These men just needed someone to stand up for them, someone to say, hey, this isn't right. This led to me starting Dads for Dads, which was a community and a coaching platform to help these men go from where they are stuck to where they want to be thriving.
Yeah, sweet. I'm confident. I'm happy-ish.
I accepted a friend's challenge. He was going through some mental health challenges himself. And all of my preaching is around not going to drugs and alcohol or any sort of avoidance, but to sit in it. And he asked me to do an Olympic triathlon. I took that on 4 weeks notice, sorry.
Me doing a triathlon, I would have fucking laughed at you and told you to get fucked and probably done a line and a fucking shot right in front of you. And now here I am, like, just convincing myself that I'm a triathlete.
My nickname was Woo Woo, and that was referred to partying, and whenever I think of Woo Woo, I think partying, drugs, alcohol, and it was the death of him. I had a complete and utter ego death, and it was the birth of the new me, just Johnny Bedford, just the man that's here to help other men.
Finished.
It doesn't make me feel like I'm better or a better person or better than anyone because I've taken on this role. It is literally an embodiment of my life, and everything that has happened to me and through me in my life has led me to this point, and this is just my mission. My mission is to help these men.
At the end of the day, I'm 7 o'clock, I'm just a participant.
So speaking with these men every single day and coaching them through their problems, I kept having an internal feeling that I wanted to do something for them. I wanted to put myself through some pain and suffering. You know, I had my own goals that I wanted to, you know, get deeper and more clear on who I am. I remember I was sitting in a cafe with my partner, Bree. I said to her, I've just got this feeling that I want to do this event. We wrote down some notes on what it would look like, and I just went and posted it online just for my own accountability. And I've learnt a lot throughout this process to getting to the day. The Long Way Forward is a 24-hour endurance event designed to replicate a man's journey through mental health. We start with 4 hours of running, 4 hours of riding, 4 hours of the gym, weighted pack march on the beach, and then we finish with the clarity of kayaking. At the start of the day, I buddied everyone up with someone that they've never met before. And instantly there's vulnerability in that. Through exhaustion, walls come down. And then you run with these guys, you break through walls with these guys. That's a really important part, is camaraderie and exhaustion. There's a few people going to be late, so we're going to start a little late, 8 minutes, but we have to do a little speech, introduce everyone, and then we're going to get running. Now also, what I wanted to do was, during the gym leg, when these men were tired and when they were sore, I pulled every single one of them to the side for an interview, and essentially asked why they were here and was a part of the challenge. They didn't know it was really coming. It was confronting for a lot of them, but at the same time, I think enough of them knew that they've come this far in their challenge and they were clear on their mission on doing the challenge, like what they were trying to get out of the challenge, and they surrendered to it. That's what I'm here for. Can you introduce yourself, who you are, how old you are, where are you from?
Yo, what's good? My name is Rio. I'm from the Cook Islands and I'm 25 years old.
My name's Rory Watson. I'm from Victoria Point, Redlands. I am 31 years old.
I'm Jay, 36 years old from Currumbin.
Name's Noah. I am 28 years old from Penrith, New South Wales.
I'm Blake. I'm from the Gold Coast. I was born in North Queensland, but I moved here when I was 6 months old. So I say I'm from the Gold Coast. I'm 25 years old.
Yeah, so block one, the run, Face the Chaos. We left, I think, about 10 minutes late. There was a few people still rocking up. Our fantastic cameraman, Justin, thought he'd chuck his drone up in the air and take that for a spin. We're really close to the airport, apparently. And so he's landed his drone on top of the roof by accident. It was like a forced landing on the roof. And I could see the panic in his face and everyone's sort of looking at where do I get a ladder from? And I just had to just say, I just looked at the time, like, it's running time. I've got to get running. So
it was well, there was a flat tire too. But again, it was just all out of your scope.
Yeah, I was just happy to put all of the organisation and all of that behind me and just start running. It was a little concerning. 3 kilometres in, I was getting a few stitches in my lower abdomen.
50 minutes, 23 hours. That's all we got. That's nothing. Especially when there's dudes out there that are struggling to get out of bed every day. This is a piece of piss.
And the first run we did with everyone, there's all sorts of skill levels there. We had to slow it down for a few, but the first one was really nice as everyone as a group. And then, as people fell off and started to walk and some would run quicker, and it was really nice to see a lot of people like battling through. One of the boys, Bailey, he hurt his foot within the first 30 minutes of the whole event. That's a small fracture and ligament damage. He pushed through the whole event. I had dudes with hip issues, knee issues. I had 2 stitches, knee, hip, my feet, all were aching. And it was just really beautiful to see all these guys like understand what the mission was. Why are you here?
For sure, my daughter, because she's my only child. I want to show I'm the man, and I'm doing this for a good cause too. Yeah.
I'm here to make the uncomfortable comfortable.
I like doing hard stuff. I thought this was a great opportunity to test my mental capabilities as well as the physical aspects of it.
To challenge myself mentally, physically, and to do all the things I thought I couldn't do 6 months ago.
I am here for not only myself, but for a lot of people too. I've got this shirt on for the gym thing today. It's actually a club I played footy for. Chicken Seahawks, place where we grew up playing footy, and in the time there, I think we lost 2 older guys to suicide and one kid who was like probably only a year or 2 older than me. So it hits real close to home, and yeah, that's why I'm wearing my shirt. But that's one reason, and just for all the people that felt like they couldn't fight anymore, I just feel like this was a good reason to be here. And for myself as well, it's been a big journey for myself, so I'm just happy to be able to do what I do here now. So
they had their own personal goals, but it was also to raise awareness for the guys who are battling mental issues, and they just, you know, kept it out of their way and they just kept trudging on.
What in your life has broken you?
In my life, yeah, I used to get disciplined with anything that my mom can grab, or even my dad. Well, I thought that was normal. Yeah, us Islanders, when we go through something, we just keep it to ourselves.
Not having a relationship with my kids, seeing my kids look up to me and not being able to want to spend time with me or be the dad that they wanted me to be. So,
Probably just childhood stuff, parent stuff, fear of probably realising how much it's affected me more than I thought it did.
Probably the passing of my grandmother, who I was very close with, who practically raised me when mum and dad were busy with work. That was sort of in the period where I really started to pack the weight on, and she was probably the only person that I could call who wouldn't judge me.
An injury. I injured myself playing footy in school. I thought my life was going to be revolved around playing rugby league, playing NRL. That was the end goal. And one day I dislocated my kneecap and went into stress eating, went into depressive eating stages. So yeah, that'd definitely be what broke me. That's probably a big change.
Man-to-man shadow work. So the first one was connection with self and connection with other, and identifying where you are at in your life and where they are at in their life.
We've paired up people that don't know each other, so it's a bit easy to open up, and what they're going to do is bond, and throughout the process of the next 22 hours or whatever it is left, we're going to use these pain points together to build each other up, to push through that next level, and push through the ultimate.
Sometimes we see life a certain way from our own lens, but when you say something to someone else and they're able to give you a different perception of that, it can just bring a bit of clarity towards yourself. Life is not doing that great right now, but when you answer a few questions, it actually is, you're doing really well. So the first one was connection, identifying where you're at and where your partner's at. I've completed my master's in NLP practitioner and coaching. So I understand how the subconscious works. I understand people's patterns and loops and protectors to protect their self and their ego. It was really just about identifying who you are right now and what's holding you back. And it's things that, it's things that you probably haven't thought of, or maybe that you know are there but you don't really want to talk about. And its first leg is simply just to identify that.
40 minutes left of leg 1.
Yeah.
And you would have been pretty nervous rocking up, and you're in. You're 3 hours 20 in. How do you feel?
Feeling good. Hammies were a bit tight on that one, but so to be expected. The body's going to cop it today, so let's get it.
And what about, you had a little lesson there this morning about climbing some walls.
Yeah, climbing walls. I didn't know what that meant, but Jay was like, Blakey, all day, if you want to get to 35 minutes running, push yourself to 37. If you get that, you've jumped a wall. You've got the day. So
how many walls have you jumped?
I've jumped 4 so far.
Lovely.
We're cruising.
Nice.
That one was the hardest one yet, as expected.
And how do you feel knowing you got about 21 hours left?
We're here for it. I signed up for it. That's the reason I wanted to do it, is to push the body. And by seeing everything that's to come, let's go.
Love it, bro.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
We grew up with parents that didn't really respect me, so I learned that was the basis of my life, and I just learned to not respect myself or love myself.
I think I like to mask a lot with high achievements. I don't see myself as average, and I don't like doing average things. So there's also this added pressure of having to succeed and having to, I guess, keep this standard that people think that I am always meant to have. So that just kind of weighs a bit, I guess. And
perfection doesn't exist.
I'm slowly learning that. Slowly.
I want you to be mine all alone.
This leg was probably one of the most fun. It was, you know, being like a young kid again, out with the wind in your face, riding a bike with your friends, and out in the beautiful Currumbin Valley. This was a really great leg for me to assess who's who in the zoo. There was a lot of dudes that were dealing with cramping, sore hips, sore knees. There was guys on mountain bikes who were getting left for dead with the guys on the road bikes, but the resilience that everyone showed, it was great to see, and it was motivating. These guys were, whenever we had a break, they were taking salt tablets, they were having energy gels, they were hydrating.
How you feeling, brother? Feeling good. Feeling fresh now I'm on the bike and off the run. It's one of the nicest places I've ridden so far.
Yeah. Then we'd get back to HQ and they'd be rolling their hips out or ice bathing and then get straight back on the bike and we go again. Blakey was sat on a stationary bike and rode 85 kilometres, mostly on his own. He had Evan, one of the instructors, next to him.
Here we have the real heroes. They even bring their own exercise bikes.
But this man really went over and above in this leg. I think everyone else was around the 50k mark, so he put 30k on everyone else in this leg.
It's 4:10, finished second leg. We have, look, this man's an animal, he's still going, look. Look at him, he's refusing to stop.
I know, we had to move the bike inside with him on it.
The boys are toasted. We've pushed pretty hard. We're about to smash a 4-hour gym session, and then 4 hours of pack marching, and then 4 hours of kayaking. So, you know, people do that shit all the time, eh? Do people do?
You're free, mate.
Hey, this is the fact though. Some can, most can't.
And if something was missing in you, what is that?
I'm probably missing stillness. I don't like to sit still, ever. So I like to fill my time with doing things so I don't stop too much. Perhaps the fear of stopping might bring things up and I don't like to face them all the time, so I keep busy so I don't have to.
The lack of love for myself and who I was as a person, I guess.
I think I'm just missing a sense of clarity, so I know what I've achieved, but I still feel like I'm not good enough.
Session 2, same rules as session 1. He talks, you write, word for word, no fixing, no advice, just record. One thing different about this session, these questions ask you to imagine. Don't be realistic, don't be modest, don't pre-edit for what's achievable. The man you're describing is the version of yourself with no limiting beliefs in his way, no fear of judgment, no history of failure, no reason to play small. Strip all that off and then answer.
Yes, I love that.
The second man-to-man workshop, this is the boys are a little bit more fatigued, a little bit more sore. This is where they identify who they want to be. So in the future, if everything would go as planned and nothing could go wrong, who would you be and what would you do? And also identifying the things that would hold them back, as essentially tying back to that first man-to-man session, which was identify of who they are. This was a really great session to be involved in, just to see guys have a bit of optimism and an imagination on their future, where I think a lot of people go about their life like, if this day I'm a carpenter and I'm a dad, that the rest of your life you're just a dad that does carpentry, you know? And it was really cool to see these guys sort of have an imagination and really go after and put out in the universe the things that they want to do. I wanted to be in it and around and hear what people are saying, because I knew the next leg there was going to be interviews and diving a little bit deeper into them and their shadows and protectors.
The fucking dedication on these men.
How's it going down there?
I've done 35 rounds of it, so yeah.
Fuck, that's bright. Holy shit.
love the interviews. This was a main part of this event for me, was being able to get these guys to a level of exhaustion and pain that they really didn't have much energy to even fuel these facades and protectors that they have.
What's something about your journey and you've never said out loud?
It would be that I'm saying I'm proud of myself, or hearing someone tell me they're proud of me. You know, like certain people in my life have said it once or twice and I crave it from those certain people, but then again, I also don't tell myself what I crave from other people.
Yeah. Mine would be that it got to the point where I was suicidal and tried to take my own life. After the injury, when I hurt myself, I thought my life, I came back and I was 15 kilos heavier because I stress ate, and I just thought I had nowhere to go. I thought my life was over because I was so fixated on being what I wanted to be. And
It was simply about asking them questions and listening to what they had to say, the words they chose to use, and the people they would speak about.
What does shame sound like in your head?
I feel like me and the missus, we haven't had a one-on-one. I haven't taken her on a date, so I feel like I'm a shit partner. And yeah, sometimes I feel like a shit dad too, to my little one.
A common theme that I found was they didn't love themselves, they weren't proud of themselves.
Life, like it was everything that I lived throughout. It was every bit of my childhood, every bit of my adult life, up until the start of this year. It was, I lived in shame.
Accountability. If they were to be truthful and take accountability for themselves, their actions and what they're trying to say, I would push back more with them, and I would pry a little bit deeper.
What type of dad were you?
I was a drunk. I was a self-medicated, smoking too much weed. I was, on the beers every day.
How would that come across to your kids?
I was distant. I wasn't there. I was there, but I wasn't there mentally. I wasn't there physically. I wasn't there to spend time with them. I was in the house, but away from my family.
What does this sound like now?
The man that I was, not the man that I am now, though. I think shame's, for me now, is a distant memory.
What's the lie you've been telling yourself about who you are?
I think the lie I've been telling myself is I sort of get to a certain point where I feel like I've reached a benchmark, or I've reached a point where I'm like, okay, I lost the weight, I'm fit now. Or parenting the kids a certain way, I've got it figured out. So I think the lie I tell myself is I've got it figured out.
That was the lie I told myself, was that I wanted people to love. I thought everyone loved me.
Now change that word, take people out and put me in.
Man? Me. I wanted to love myself. Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Maybe that I'm not bothered by my past. Maybe that bothers me a little bit more than I like to think. My wife will probably agree, but I like to shrug it like, nah, I'm fine. Circling back, I've gotten to where I am from no help from anyone else but myself. Within reason, so I know that I make choices that lead me in the right way. It's a coping mechanism, because I've had to cope like that in certain situations when I was a kid. And then I've learned this, that if you need to get out of this, you will do it. And so I guess I know I can, so no one tells me what to do. It's an armour, and I'm proud of the armour, because I've gotten out of shit situations because of the way I am. But yeah, I think I need to learn to perhaps let that down a bit. And yeah.
What it did for me was confirm who I am, what my mission is, and if I'm able to do that. And I was able to just give myself that certainty that I can do what I say I can do.
Dude, we met maybe 4 months ago on social.
Yeah.
I've seen massive change in you in 4 months.
Yeah. I have too, yeah.
I need you to start loving yourself.
Yeah.
You need to.
100%. I know it's something that I'm leaning towards.
You just said that you would go to endless lengths for other people that
Yeah.
you love and you shirt off your back. Would you do the same for yourself?
6 months ago, 12 months ago, no. I wouldn't have. I cared about people caring what they thought of me. Now, I'd probably not 100%, but if I had to give it a percentage, it would be 60%. I'm getting there.
I love this.
Charlie, can you come here, please?
Oh,
Hey, I got you, bro. And so do they. So do they.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was, wow.
It's good.
These girls,
So proud of you.
They're not going to see weakness in you crying, bro.
No
That's you being
way.
vulnerable to them. That's showing that.
That's strength, babe.
You've got. Do you know what? Having strength is admitting to someone that you're hurting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't live a lie. What do you want the people who love you to remember about who you are?
that I made people better.
For what I was able to hear them say and then hand it back to them a different way and see their face change and them go like, oh, that like, and the realization of making sense about different things that there's been playing parts in their life. And I think the ones who did surrender to it will take a lot from it and it will benefit them moving forward.
There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. You've just got to be able to see past what you see yourself. So instead of looking at what you can see, you've got to engage with the people around you who see the light at the end of the tunnel, and don't say, yeah, okay, no worries, yep, all good. Take their advice, work with them, and if you do that, you'll see the light too.
Good. Bring it on. I'm here for a reason, so let's just fucking send it.
Perfect.
My watch died.
What's it you love? The guys that were participating, they all, even in the interview, said a similar answer. Man, don't know what it is. I just love taking on hardship. We love the hardship. You kept saying that the whole time.
It's because, yeah, so all these boys, they follow me on Instagram, and one of my go-to quotes is do hard shit. It is always do hard shit. If you're stuck in life and you don't know who you are or where you want to go, I promise you, go sign up for something that is hard. And when I say hard, it doesn't have to be physically demanding. It could be go sign up to do a stand-up comedy session. That's hard, that's scary. But in doing that, in signing up to it and then having to practice and to train and the thoughts up here. So this guy up here and the process of negotiating with a million reasons why you shouldn't do it.
Oh no!
Like that is the journey, and it's being able to then go and do and achieve. And even if you didn't like it and it's not what you wanted to do, great, you're now one step closer to who you want to be or where you want to go. You just don't know it yet. And just simply putting yourself into scenarios where you don't want to be there and it is uncomfortable, and becoming comfortable with uncomfortable, that's where change is made. That's where growth is made, and that's where you find versions of yourself you'll never find unless you do things like that.
It is 9:40 at night. We're at the second last leg. We're about to start the pack march on the beach. She's a bit rough out there, but it doesn't matter. Quitting and stopping is not an option. We're about to sit down and do like a confirmation of who these guys are trying to be and their new identity and things they want to achieve in their life. And we're going to do a little breathwork sort of thing to fire them up. And yeah, we're going to fucking walk this beach for 4 hours. We identified who we are, we identified where we're trying to be and where we're trying to go. And then we all had really good conversations with myself. And I think I feel like you all should have something that
a bit of a realisation of something that you're going to work towards and move forward with. And I'd like for us all to go around and sort of stay what that thing is that we're going to commit to, and so we can process and use these 4 hours to process and understand how the fuck we're going to implement that in our life moving forward. Is everyone alright with that?
I need to realise I need to be proud of who I am and love who I am and not need to settle validation.
Love that.
I need to let go of my past. I need to let go of the shit that I went through and take on tomorrow as a new day.
Love it.
You know, I just gotta love myself.
Love that, bro.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
Love it.
I just gotta let go of the past. I'm not that looking anymore.
My realisation is I need to stop trying to make everyone love me and love myself.
I just need to decide whether or not I'm going to carry shit from the past or file it away and get over it.
Love myself and find the drive to get out.
This part right here is it's gonna bring to your attention how bad you want it. Do you know what I mean? And if you look for ways out, you take your arm off, you sit down, you go missing, that's so okay, that's fine, no one's gonna judge you. But then also understand that the drive that you have and that you've just mentioned is probably not strong enough.
Hold for 4 seconds, pause, take it out.
The fourth leg, so this is the weighted pack march on the beach. This is from 10 till 2 in the morning. It was cold, it was windy.
How heavy were those packs?
10 to 20 kilo packs that they were wearing.
One big breath in. Hold. Hold. Now scream out. Scream. Better than that. Breathe in. In. Fucking scream. Go. Fuck yeah. Let's get this fucking pack march done, baby. Let's go. Woo! Second last round. This is where everyone's going to get in their heads so much. It's going to be painful. It's going to be grueling. That's exactly what we want. This is going to be the next step to just transforming into that new man. Let's go.
We walked from Currumbinally all the way to Kira Beach Hotel and then all the way back. Now that was something like 14 Ks on soft sand with weighted packs. There were some delirious conversations. I could not stop singing I Want to Show You Off by Justin Bieber and Yukon. It got to the point where they were sick of me singing it, so I'd just write it on my notes and show them.
Good, Kayak? Yeah, all good.
How you feeling, Johnny? What a fucking challenge, eh?
Very impactful.
The boys are on
not just physical. Physical brought the emotion out. We're going to make big impacts with these boys and change our lives.
Yes, we are. This is exactly what the pack march has done.
Got to Kira Beach and we're sitting across from the Kira Beach Hotel. Literally like 3 of us at the same time said, like, how funny is this? There's the new me sitting here doing hard things and sober and not looking for ways out of my life through drugs, alcohol and women. And right behind us was the same place that the old version of us would have been. And we would have been in there drinking, doing drugs, dancing and thinking we're all that in a bag of chips. And at the end of the day, those places tend to be filled with people who are hiding from themselves and running from things that they don't want to face. My thoughts were quitting's not an option. It was thinking about all the men that I've spoken to on the phone and about their situation and thinking, I can't give up, like I can't do this for them and give up, you know, I need to push through and persevere so that they know that they can push through and persevere. There was a lot of thoughts about my family, my kids, my partner, my future, and just what all of that means to me. And it meant a hell of a lot more than a instant piece of rest and relaxation. I knew that, you know, I knew time doesn't stop, you know? It's like, it may feel long and it may feel hard, but you just keep going and you will achieve.
around the corner in the kayak so you can see that bridge through there.
When I seen Bree walking on that beach, I just broke. There's a few tears and it was really, really nice to see her and get a cuddle. I think I was texting her like an hour before that when she'd woke up and I said, I want out. I said, I don't want to be here anymore. And she's like, you're gonna keep going? I said, I know. I said, I think I need to have this little pity, you know? The kayak, this is finishing with the stillness and clarity, which it was that. It was quite beautiful, it was very still, it was very quiet, it was very cold.
Here we are, last 4-hour challenge. On the water, in the kayaks. This is what it all comes down to, finishing off together as one. Let's fucking go, baby.
There was some broken men there that really did not want to be kayaking. A lot of that session I was reflecting on how far we'd all come, and I was reflecting on my journey. I was reflecting on, you know, like everything that it took of me to put this challenge together. 3 days before the event I wanted to quit. I didn't want to do it. I was over it. I was at max capacity. And all of these waves were sort of cruising over me, you know. I was very fucking proud. I was really, really proud of myself. In my deepest, darkest times, I remember that. I remember how I felt in that. And I remembered that I never wanted to be there again. And then I remembered thinking about how many other men go through that and I didn't want them to be there again. I thought about the different versions of myself that I had to kill along the way. I thought about all the different limiting beliefs that I had to let go. You know, when I went sober 8 months ago, I thought I had all these friends. And, you know, when you don't have much to offer, which is just a person next to them to sniff the same drugs you are, you realise who's really yours and who's there for you and who's not. And at the end of the day, if you can just push through and persevere through life knowing that you are all you really need, and as long as you see yourself in the best version of yourself, you will be the best version of yourself. We jumped straight in, we went out, we did our first up and back. And you know, we're wet and cold and sore, so we went up onto the beach and we makeshifted a fire to keep warm. That one was really more like a spiritual and mindset battle, because the kayaking wasn't so hard. Most of the day's been on your legs, and this was sitting on your bum and using your back. So it wasn't that, it was the discomfort. It was the discomfort of being cold, of being wet, of doing something that you don't really want to do. At this point, like, we are seriously tired and we want nothing more than to go to sleep. I think the first 2.5 hours of that event were the longest 2.5 hours of my life. I really wanted out. I wanted out, I wanted to be in bed, I wanted to be warm. I did not want to be kayaking. Like, I was really struggling to keep my mind in check through that. I had to keep taking walks, like I'd have to just keep moving, and yeah, that was honestly the toughest leg. That was the toughest leg, and if we did not have that fire, it very well could have gone differently. I don't think that anyone would have quit, but I think those 4 hours would have gone a lot longer than what they did.
So if you were to describe, you know, this old Johnny that you're speaking of, what would those thoughts be?
Mentally weak. When things would go wrong or, I was uncomfortable sitting with thoughts and feelings I was having, I would look for ways out to escape. I was the nice guy, the yes man. I'd do things I didn't want to do for others. I'd put myself out there for others. I would be there for other people way more than I was there for myself.
Well, quick thought anyway. Imagine that the camera is old Johnny. What would you say to convince him that this ain't the way, there is a better way, and it's where you're sitting right now?
Everything in your life is a byproduct of you. Your thoughts, your actions, your feelings are all your responsibility. No one else does anything to you. You choose to attach a story and a meaning to that, which then creates a feeling inside of your body, which then creates an action outside of your body. So in life, always self-reflect. If someone has done something to you, ask yourself, what about that person or what about what they said triggered you? Was it because you don't have it or was it because you do that? And to self-reflect and to just fully understand that your external reality is shaped by your internal reality. So if everything inside of you is dark, negative and angry, that's how you're going to see the world. And if you're seeing the world in a positive, beautiful light, that's because internally it's light and beautiful.
I know there was many of you that you felt like you didn't know who you were, you felt like you weren't worthy, you felt like you weren't certain of things, of yourself. And it's like, fuck, how can you have any of that in your mind moving forward after doing what we just went through, It's like, if there's anything that you guys are thinking about doing and wanted to do and achieve, I think after today, like, it's a no-brainer. Just do it, take that step. I want to start with Evie will hand out the medals and we'll bring everyone up one at a time, I guess, big case. Yeah, case. This man's knee was torn about 500 metres in, I think, and just persevered, pushed through, no dramas. Jimmy! This man right here, and I grabbed the group chat and I said, right, all the flakes have flaked. You're the last man standing. I get a message 2 minutes later. I'll be there. Now this big dog right here literally was riding bareback on a moped in Vietnam, smoking ciggies and and he's come in and just he did really well. And by far this dude flew everyone off the park with his mindset. This dude, he got me down to above gym, he got me on a bike and like genuinely, like these things in the last 8 months has like led to change me, I'm starting with him, so that's bad. This dude's hip was gone, his knee was gone. We had some tough conversations and I think he's understood himself a little bit more, what's been happening, and we're literally in the first block of 4 hours, in the first maybe 1 or 2 loops of a run, and this dude's on his phone trying to book a 32k trial run. So he's a bit not well upstairs, but we love him. Respectfully. He did 2 really powerful breath work for us, and the visualization that I had and the release that I had was awesome. Just for that alone, thank you, mate. I've got a little something else for the MVP today. When you to think about someone, not judging a book by a cover, right? And this dude is a fucking animal, and he He went to war with himself today, and Jay, who he was buddied up with, said to him something at the start of the day, and he said, you have to climb walls. And in this day, you're going to come to walls. And this dude, call him the wall climber, man, because he just climbed the wall, eh? No problem, Blakey, it's good. He instigated big changes in my life, and he was a big hand. He had routes, he was uplifting, and you know, everyone loves him, but he's also a menace, you know. So I'm Jay. He had many reasons to quit and stop and withdraw, and yeah, he spent about 2.5 hours rolling his hip out in the 24 hours. Big haters. He's on both of you.
Nice.
Let's put our hands together for Johnny. Good
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny.
As a whole, from this event, I am so extremely proud of myself. I'm so extremely proud of my partner, first and foremost, for what we went through in the last 3 to 4 months in our own life, in our own relationship, in our own selves, to pull this whole thing together, to give these men an opportunity to change their own life, to create an event that would have impact on them, on people watching, to bring awareness to the scenario around men getting unfairly judged in the court system and being removed from their child's life. Second of all, I'm super grateful for the crowd, the community, the companies that all sponsored and all got behind us and allowed us to do this challenge and have this impact. Super grateful. To each and every one of the men who took action and registered to do it with me. It filled me with a lot of drive and confidence, and I'm proud of you all. I know very well the internal, mental, physical battles that you went through to complete the challenge. I'm really grateful that you were able to open up to me and to go deep on yourselves and allow me to sort of be in that with you and to offer my piece of advice. And I just really hope that this event did have an impact on you and your future. This is an event that I'm going to run consistently moving forward, and I want to continue to give people an opportunity to, one, raise awareness for this situation, as well as give them the opportunity to have their own internal wins and transformations in their own life.
Beautiful.